So we're dropping the car off in a few days to get the subframe done. So it's pretty bad. My bushings look really bad. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but the bushings are completely gone. I ordered new ones from RevShift. So I have subframe bushings, I have differential bushings, and I also got the subframe reinforcement plates that a buddy of mine will be giving me. And I'll be dropping it off at his shop, and they're gonna basically take about 2 days, I'm hoping, to weld the new plates on the subframe, do my bushings, and I guess I'll probably give him my welded diff to install as well. It's actually fairly easy to do. I can do it myself. The only obviously difficult part would be raising my car high enough to drop the whole subframe and do the bushings myself. So that's why I'm taking it to his shop, putting it on his lift. I'm probably going to take off half the car though. Like, I'm going to remove the side skirts, maybe the rear bumper, because the car is really low, and most lifts do not go underneath it unless it's a drive-on lift, and even then the front bumper is extremely low, even though I still have gap. But yeah, so that's getting done hopefully this week, because I really want to like slide this car already. I've been watching a lot of videos on welded diffs, and I do daily this from time to time. Like, I drive it a lot, and I like to take corners pretty aggressively. So with a welded diff, I won't be able to do that anymore because the rear end will just kick out. When you have a welded diff, it's just going to be so much strain on the axles as well as the subframe. So it's better to run a thinner tire. Every time you do a wide turn or like a sharp turn, you're going to be chirping the wheels, and that's just putting so much strain on the axles. I've been looking for drag axles, like something that just can hold like 1,000 horsepower, because this car ain't fast. I don't need that, but I just want an axle that's so strong that I could actually just drive it with the 275s, because I love these wheels. They look amazing on the car, but they're just too big once I do the welded diff. So I'm thinking of ordering new wheels soon. I don't really want to do it because just really want to use that money towards the LS swap. I don't really want to like just put money towards things I don't really need, but at the same time I do want to drift this car, so I do have to get 18s by like 9.5 all around, which is going to be funny because right now I have 275s and the tires look a little bit small, and I gotta get like 235s, 225s, which is going to look extremely skinny in the rear and probably look a little stupid, but it is what it is. I was building this car for drifting, so I do want to drift it. It's just, when I imagined drifting this, I didn't imagine it looking so good, coming out so clean. I'm going to do another video on everything, how much I've spent, including the subframe reinforcements now. It's going up there. The price is definitely going up there now with everything, but I am getting a lot of money back from the stuff I've sold that I took off the car. So like I mentioned before, my bumpers, my stock side skirts, my stock hood, etc. There's a bunch of stuff I sold that I made good money on, and I still have a few more things to sell, like the stock seats. I don't like them. They're extremely heavy, but they're in great condition. I still have them in my garage, so those are like the last thing I have to sell. I'm keeping my stock diff just in case, because there's a bunch of shows coming up and they're pretty far. They're about 2 to 3 hours away, and I don't really want to risk driving a welded diff and it starts pouring on me. So I'm gonna have my stock diff just handy, because swapping the diff isn't difficult at all. It's literally just a couple bolts. The subframe bushings are the difficult thing to do, because you have to remove the whole subframe, you have to disconnect the e-brake. There's just so much that goes into it, which I don't mind doing myself, but I can't really do it here because I'm right on the hill. So the car can't sit on jack stands for a week, just because, like, I don't know if you could see, but so this is me standing straight and the car is tilted. So I don't really want to run the risk of putting on jack stands and having it just fall over. So I'm taking it to my buddy, as I mentioned, but it's definitely not a difficult job. It's just, it will take between, I would say, maybe 2 to 3 days if you do it yourself, depending on how rusty your bolts are, depending if you're welding your subframe plates or epoxying them. It all depends what you do. But yeah, guys, it's been a long time coming. Many of you have been watching this since I first picked it up, and many of you have been around since the FRS and M4. So this thing looks gorgeous, and I can't wait to slide it, Can't wait to have like good footage for you guys of this thing going sideways. I will not be tandeming, like I said, because I do not want to ruin the car with someone tapping me. I'm going to be doing solo runs because I also want to learn, practice. Maybe one day, if I'm comfortable enough, I'll do tandems with this car, but right now it just looks so good that I don't really want to ruin it with tandeming. This is the diff that's going to be going in tomorrow. It does look pretty badly rusted, but it's just surface rust. I cleaned off all the excess that I wanted to clean off, so the inside, the outside a little bit, but it is welded, so let me show you that. As you guys can see, it is welded all around. If you look here at the tag, it says it's a 3.15, so technically it's the same diff that I have in my car now, except this one's welded for mad skids. This thing will be going in tomorrow, so I'll probably upload this video tomorrow as well. That way, they said it's going to take about 2 days to get everything done, and we should see skids hopefully by next week. So let's hope everything goes well. I don't need anything else, like no extra bushings or anything, because I got pretty much all the bushings. I got the subframe bushings, the differential bushings, and I got the subframe plates. So all of that should be good to go for a few small skids. So hopefully by Saturday I can post something on Instagram. So if you're watching this tomorrow or Friday, Saturday I'm hoping to post some drifting of the E46. Once I do the ELS, I'll know for sure if I want to keep it as a drift car or convert it to a track car. But for now, after I do the diff, I think I'm going to love how it slides, because this car mainly sits here now. I daily the dead whip. I used to daily this a lot, but where I work, every time they cut grass, they just like shoot the grass and rock chips all over the cars. I don't want to be coming out of work and seeing this car completely damaged. I'm hoping my buddy at the shop has time to actually record some of the stuff that he's doing, like showing you guys the subframe plates and the bushings that they do. I know they're pretty busy, but I'm hopeful if they record something for you guys, because I know you love the content on the E46. I love recording stuff on it because I just love staring at it. Bird dookie, gotta love it. But I'll also be doing a video because a couple of you actually asked me about the radio and how the Torque Pro works. So like how it shows the horsepower and stuff. I don't know how well you can trust that horsepower gauge because I never dynoed the car, so I don't know how much power it actually puts out. Plus it only takes it from basically the speed sensor, so the way it calculates it I think is kind of wrong, but I also don't know because I didn't create the app, so I don't know how it really works. It would be interesting to dyno this car and then compare it to the torque thing. But when it comes to 0 to 60 time, as soon as you launch it, that's pretty accurate because it stops it once it hits 60. So out of everything that it has, I think that's the only reliable thing. There's a bunch of other features that it has that actually are more reliable, like the temperature gauge that it shows, like exact numbers. There's a few other things that I'm missing. I know it's also good for boost. If you're running boost and you don't want to have all those gauges, you just want it on your center console, then you could have it as well. So I'll be doing a video on that. I'll also be doing a video of a walk around of how the kit has held up so far. It's been since, well, I've had the kit on for about a year, or it's about to be a year in about a month or two. Actually no, I think it may be a year. So I'll do a walk around of how the kit has held up. I'll also do a walk around of how the paint has held up. It's been about 7 months almost of having this car painted, and I've put on about, since then, I think 2,000 miles, because it was snowing a lot, so the car did sit. But summertime I drive it a little bit more. I also didn't drive it after my ABS went, but after I did my brakes, changed the sensor, the car runs fine, it drives good, the brakes are great. But also I want to mention, once you do a welded diff, you're gonna have to disconnect the ABS. So me doing the ABS sensor was completely useless because I wasn't sure. I actually want to get an LSD for this thing, but it's just too damn expensive for a stock engine. Since I'm doing a LS swap, I'll be getting a stronger diff and all that stuff. Yeah, I love the carbon fiber hood. Everyone says, why did I paint it? It's partially painted. Carbon fiber. And like I mentioned, I can always go back if I just sand the yellow off and reapply clear. But I love it like this more than having the whole carbon hood. If I had the whole carbon hood, I feel like it's just off. like the car was in an accident and I couldn't get a painted hood. But carbon fiber is definitely a lot nicer, so I left some of it, not all of it. But yeah, I'll be doing a video of how everything's been holding up, because the rear, believe it or not, actually has a few flaws, and it's not Chris's fault, it's nobody's fault, because it's the way I ordered that part. And I knew it was going to happen. I wasn't really like butthurt about it, because I spent about $100 on that one part and doing everything back there, so didn't really lose much money on it. But I was planning on upgrading it soon, so I'll probably be losing the wing. But that's it for this video, guys. Just a little update. Just wanted to let you know that this car is going to be getting a welded dip within the next few days, which I am hoping does not take over a week, because I want to get the car back and pump more videos for you guys. That's the only thing. I've been waiting on bushings so we can install them and just do some great content on sliding this thing. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.